Hi, my name is Jerry and I collect 1970s toys, mainly toy soldiers, hence the name of the channel. I did a video a few weeks ago on comparing Airfix and Matchbox toy soldiers. Those are the two heavy hitters from back in the 70s for unpainted plastic toy soldiers, at least over here in Europe. I'm from Sweden, so that's in Europe. And these are the ones I remember from being a kid. Last time it was on the 8th Army, so I figured I'd do their counterpart now, the German Afrika Korps. Last video I dubbed Matchbox the winner. I would say 70% maybe of the comments liked Airfix better. And I'm not doing this out of a historical perspective or anything like that. I'm doing this just as what I think is fun. Toy soldiers, which one I think are the coolest and looks like the most fun and which I would have enjoyed most as a kid. So that's pretty much the premise for these videos. First then, a bit of an overview on the sets. On the Airfix you get 29 figures, 7 poses. Out of that, 6 is firing, if you consider the running soldier a firing kind of a pose. More on that in a minute. Matchbox you get 15 figures, 12 poses. Out of that I consider 7 firing, but then again, if you look at the machine gunner and loader, that's kind of like one pose if you want, but I'll show you that also in a minute. So box art. I love the Target boxes, as you know by now. I think it really complements the figures here, the watercolor painting. They removed the background from the earlier one on this one. I think it looks really, really good, and it's really clear and concise, and you kind of get a good feeling of what's in the box. On the back, they had a little figure here, so you can see how to paint the uniform, some insignia and stuff, painting instructions, of course, and then a history on the German Afrika Korps, which is pretty nice. For the Matchbox, though, look at that. It's so cool. On mine here, there's a little bit of a glue residue from the tape, but there's like some palm trees here, there's some buildings in the background, and then just the depth that they did with this artwork here, with one soldier often in the front and then a lot of the figures in the set a little bit further back. So it's a really cool box. And the back is pretty neat as well. You get one figure from the set with different numbers. Of course, those numbers are Humbrol paints, so you can get the right color for your German Afrika Korps. And then just like this is the real size of the figure. One thing I think is really neat though is here on the side you get pretty much all the poses in the box. Airfix had, of course, like this, a figure on the side, 1 or 2 from the set. But this one had pretty much all of them, and it's really, really neat. But like with the last video, the early brown box from 1969, that's of course the original painting with the sky and everything, and it's just really, really nice. But I still gonna give this one to Matchbox. I'm sorry, but let me know if your thoughts on this differ in the comments, please. So first off, one of the most important figure for me in a toy soldier set, standing and kneeling rifleman, and these sets both have one of each, which is really neat. But as you can tell, for the Matchbox, you have one with the helmet and one with the cap. And through this whole set, Airfix only have the caps, and Matchbox kind of vary that. And it's really, really neat. As well, these both are wearing shorts, but some of the other ones are wearing long trousers, and the Airfix is only wearing long trousers for all the figures. So these are all 4 great figures, but Airfix just grabs this one just by the hair. I think they're just a tiny little bit better than the Matchbox ones. 2 other very important poses, at least to me, in a toy soldier set is submachine gunner and grenade throwing soldier. You have to have those. And here it's a clear win for Airfix. The Matchbox ones are good, but the Airfix just is so much better. I really don't like it when a soldier throwing a grenade doesn't have his rifle or whatever slung on him like this. It just, to me, looks really, really weird. And the poses for these, especially if we compare the grenade throwing soldiers, is just so much more dynamic for the Airfix one. So this is a clear one for me. Next important figure, I think, is machine gunners. And in this Matchbox set, you actually get a gunner and a loader. For the Airfix, you just get the gunner. You get some ammo boxes for him though, but I didn't include those because they're not even open with the belts out. But this one has, of course, the belts, kind of Vietnam style or something. A couple of ammo belts slung around over his shoulders like that and neck. It looks really, really cool. And just the pose of this figure, the legs and everything, really looks like he's fighting recoil and getting a good prone position like that. These ones, they're good and they're fun to play with, But to me, setting these up, there's no competition. If I was a 10-year-old kid, the Airfix one is just so much cooler. And then we have maybe my least favorite toy soldier, the running soldier. This one though, like I said in the intro, from Airfix, he's running, and like I always say, the rifle, if it's horizontal like that, you can actually play him like he's running and gunning. This soldier with the machine gun doesn't do that, so, and he's holding it in by the magazine. I guess it's a cool figure. I like it. It's a fun figure to set up and everything. This one again looks like some kind of a AC/DC bass player or something. Someone mentioned about the 8th Army. This one is pretty cool though. He looks like he's just about to stab someone, getting that last step in, and his rifle is also horizontal, so I guess you could play him as a firing post. And I don't know, you get 3 running soldiers, and I don't really like them, but when you get that many different, it's kind of cool. This one is good, but yeah, this one I think actually goes to Matchbox. Last but not least, one of the more important figures in the toy soldier set, the officer. And then again with Matchbox, we get the highest rank here. Last one was, I guess, Montgomery. This is Rommel. You could kind of play the Airfix one, I guess, as Rommel, but if you look at the pants and everything, he's got a little bit fancier clothing and stuff. This looks more like a high up but field officer. But this one I consider an officer. I don't know why, maybe it's not. But this is a really cool little figure, I think. I really dig it. Having him screaming at the men, moving up or start firing or something, it's a great figure. But the Airfix one is just one of the classics out of all toy soldiers ever made. So this one, it's close, but it's gotta go to Airfix though. So if you haven't figured it out already, I'm giving this one to Airfix. Even though Matchbox has the better box art, overall, this Airfix set is just pure joy. 7 fantastic figures. Probably one of the most classic toy soldier sets ever made, and also contains 3 of some of the best soldiers or figures Airfix ever did, and Ron Cameron, the officer, the grenade throwing soldier, and the machine gunner. This one is hard to beat all time. Let me know if you agree. I think you actually will, but we'll see in the comments. So comment and let me know. And please subscribe and like and all that good stuff, so we help boost this channel a bit more, so other guys like us can find it and enjoy all this cool shit. But anyways, catch you guys in another video. Cheers. Wait, I forgot one thing. I wanted to ask you for some help. There's 4 more Matchbox sets that they made that we can compare. And then we have, for instance, the US infantry. They call them combat troops, but in Airfix speak. So we got US infantry, British infantry, we have German infantry, and of course, the British commandos. Which ones should what order should I make them? I'm thinking German infantry next, but you let me know. Cheers.